Inosuke Inoida, 8th Dan and Chief Instructor of the KUGB. Hello and welcome to the National Indoor Arena, the home of the Gladiators, and for the past 4 years, the home of the Karate Union of Great Britain's National Championships. My name's Paul Geldof, and I'm sitting here with Mr. Frank Brennan, a 5th Dan black belt and many times national, European and world champion. Hello, Frank.
Thank you, Paul. Hello.
Frank's here to provide expert commentary, and believe me, there's no one better qualified to do that, so we're in very good hands. We'll be looking at various events today. First of all, we'll be concentrating on the junior, that's under 21, kumite, or fighting event. What kind of things are the referees looking for here, Frank?
Well, the referee's looking for a well-executed technique that has to be done with the correct speed, power, and martial attitude. It has to be an accurate strike, but always with good control.
And they can kick or punch.
That's correct.
How many points do you need to win a fight, Frank?
Well, to win a fight, you have to score 2 half points, or 2 wazaris, or 1 full point, which is an ippon.
And what's basically the difference between a full point and a half point?
Well, an ippon is a decisive technique, and a wazari is not quite of the same quality.
Would that be up to the referees then to make that decision? They use their experience, presumably.
Yes, that's correct.
I suppose that's one way to stop a nosebleed. And now on the left here, we're watching Chrissy Davis. This is quite a crucial fight for him. It's the last fight of the elimination stages. And if he wins this, he goes through to the finals.
Yes, I think he scored with a face punch there. He's being awarded half a point.
He looks very confident to me, though. He seems to be pushing on now. 2 half points and he wins the fight. Actually, if he does win this fight, he'll be joining 3 of his teammates in the finals. When usually all semi-finalists so far are from the same club, bar Goed in Wales.
There's lots of good movement here. I think he's setting something up. And another counter punch to the face to give him a 2nd half point. And the match.
Well, congratulations to Chrissy. And there's his coach, Tony Kiff. And all 4 semi-finalists. And here we are at the semi-final stage. Ritual bowing to start the bout. And we just have 1 referee this time, Frank.
No, Paul, actually we've got 5. There are 4 corner judges and 1 main referee. You can see the main referee there, Mr. Charles Naylor. The main referee moves with the fighters, but the corner judges are at the corner of the area.
So we're covering all angles, basically.
That's correct, yes.
And what's that signal from the referee, Frank?
Well, the referee's signalling that the punch was actually a glancing blow. It didn't make good contact to the target. It hit and went past, so no score. Oh yes, a good counter punch there. The attacker makes a foot sweep. He moves in, counters for a half point. Very good timing on that one.
Actually, Phil Davis on the right here is the younger brother of Chrissy Davis.
No, no score. So the pressure is on now. The fighter on the right is half a point down. There can't be much time left in this match.
With just that half-point advantage, he will win the fight if time goes now.
Yes, if it goes to full time, there's no other score, then he will win. So he needs to put on a little bit more pressure if he wants to get that score back.
Well, he's having a go.
No, just missed.
And that one was difficult to see from this angle. He's got half a point anyway. Let's see what happens. So half a point each. The next one that scores wins. Well, that was a fast exchange. Difficult to separate that one. You see it again? 1-2, yes. We're back with Chrissy Davis now. Phil's big brother. If he wins this one, he fights his brother in the final.
I think he scored there with a Jodan punch, a face punch, for half a point.
Off to a flying start. Yes, very good technique. Oh, very quickly scoring another half point. Yes. Yes. Mr. Naylor's very sure of that one. So it's a family affair now. I'm sure Mum and Dad are sitting in the audience, not knowing who to shout for. And we're moving on now to later on in the fight.
He has a good punch to the body. Half a point.
Difficult, I think, fighting your own brother. That's full time. So Chris is the under-21 champion. Well done, Bargoed. And now we're going to a demonstration performed by Sean Roberts from Leeds. Sean's the current British kata champion. Frank, would you take us through this?
Yes, on the screen at the moment you can see Sean in the bottom left performing the kata. And the top right corner is showing the application to the kata. The kata is a series of formal movements demonstrating good technique, speed, power, and attitude. The kata that Sean's performing is called Gankaku. The name Gankaku symbolizes a crane standing on a rock and incorporates a lot of balancing one-legged movements.
How many fighters in a team, Frank?
Well, Paul, there are 5 fighters in each team. The winning team, it's 5 against 5. The winning team is the one with the highest number of scores at the end of the round.
So is a draw possible?
Yes, that does happen sometimes. You can have an exact draw.
And what happens in those circumstances?
Well, you'll send out a fighter again, hopefully to get a result.
And that would go on until the result was reached?
That's correct, yes.
A Bargoed team there, going through to the next round. And here we see John Davis from Bargoed fighting Elwyn Hall at the Marshall Street Dojo in London. Elwyn's someone you know very well, Frank.
That's right, Paul. Elwyn is a former British champion. He was a member of the England and the British team. In fact, he was a member of the British team when we beat the Japanese in the final of the World Championships.
And that was something of a speciality of Elwyn's, sweeping his opponent off their feet. Not scoring this time, though. In fact, he scored a full point with that very technique in an earlier round. Let's just have a look at that.
Elwyn's setting him up, he attacks, then sweeps, and follows with a counter-punch for a full point or ippon.
Very spectacular. And we're back to the fight. Strong exchange there.
Yes, both fighters look very determined.
Half a point to Elwyn. This is actually a very crucial stage for both teams. The winner of this round will go through to the final, where they'll meet Leeds. Very unusual style Elwyn's got, hasn't he, Frank?
Yes, he has. Quite unorthodox. He's a very strong fighter, a very aggressive fighter.
Unorthodox but effective.
Yes, certainly. John Davids needs to put a little bit more pressure on, I think. Time's running out. Oh, a good attack from him there. Face punch.
A strong exchange from Elwyn as well.
Yes, that was after the score. Half a point.
And that's how that one ended, a draw. We're into the next fight now. It's Barry Watkis on the left from Marshall Street, scoring on Alan Wayman from Bargoed.
Yes, Barry's also a very strong fighter.
British squad member.
That's right, yes.
Fighting a Welsh squad member. Moving on to later in the fight.
And another score from Barry. Well, let's have a look at that again in slow motion this time. Strong exchange from both fighters. A kick that missed, and then a counter-punch.
Despite that, it was Bargoed that won, and we asked Tony Kiff how he felt about getting through to the finals for the first time ever.
Marvellous. We worked very hard this year, all of us, on our training, our fitness particularly, and we knew we were going to go somewhere today. We just had that feeling about it. So all the whole squad has been training very well. It just came right on the day, so we can go a bit further there.
Kevin, I know you did very well in the individuals last year. You've got Leeds, I believe, in the next round. How do you feel about that?
There's no easy option. Unfortunately, when you get this far, every team is very, very good. Leeds are a class team. This is a big boost for Tony Kiff, who's been club instructor at Bargoed for over 10 years. It's his dream come true. Mine came true last year. I hope Tony's comes true this year.
And well done, Bargoed. And straight to the final now. Leeds, Bargoed. Leeds are last year's champions, so they'll want to retain the title. And Bargoed, first time to the finals. I'm sure they'll be very, very keen.
Both teams contain some very experienced fighters.
Nick Heald on the left here is a member of the British squad, and John Davis, a member of the Welsh squad. Pretty important, the first fight, I think, in a team event. Get a win under your belt.
Yes, certainly. It's always nice to get off to a good start if you can. It's important not to be too cagey, even though it is the final.
Points have to be scored, don't they?
That's right, you have to be confident. Confident in your ability.
Well, that was a confident exchange, I think.
Yes, it certainly was. A punch to the body. Half a point to Leeds.
And we just moved on to later on in the fight. Bargoed is still half a point down.
Yes, attempting an attack, but it missed. Counter punch, half a point, full point, and the match.
1-0. Kevin will really want to win this one.
Yes, well, the team is one fight down now.
I suppose being one down can often fire you up and makes the next member out very, very determined to win.
Yes, it certainly can have that effect. I think though both teams are full of determination anyway. Good sweep. Oh, just missed with the counter.
And actually there was no further score in this clash. So we're going to move on to the next fight. Matthew Price for Leeds and Chrissy Davids, the under-21 champion for Bargoed. Matthew's also been a junior squad member. He's now over 21.
That's right, he's into the senior squad now.
Very strong lad.
Both fighters very enthusiastic, very determined.
I wonder how much Chris is affected by the fact that he's got his medal. Is he off the boil a bit now?
Well, it can have that effect, but I certainly hope not. It is the final of the British Championship, after all. Oh, very wild exchange there.
Lashing out a bit, I think.
You can say that again.
We're moving on now to later on.
And again, there, both fighters punching to Jordan, to the face. Sustaining an injury there.
They're certainly both on the boil, aren't they, now?
They still must maintain their control, though.
The doctor brought on there. Just check the fighter.
Yes, he seems to be okay.
Fine, yeah. Capacity crowd here. All enjoying this.
Yeah, both competitors injured. Have to watch their control, make sure, you know, despite the importance of the match, they've got to maintain good technique and good control.
There's no score from that clash. There was score from that one. Matthew half a point up, and he takes the fight with that.
Okay, well, the pressure certainly is on now.
Bargoed 2 down with 1 draw. They really need to win this one.
No, not a clean technique, and both outside the area. No score.
Again, moving on. Just trying to bring you the action here.
Yes, I think a punch. Half a point to Bargoed.
Again, that was the only score in that fight, so it's all on this one. Andrew Lewis, the young lad, needs to score a full point on Randy Williams to take the team through.
Well, Randy's a very experienced fighter. He's been competing for a long, long time.
The pressure's really on young Andrew here. Strong exchange.
Yes, good attack from Randy. Face punch.
Excellent timing. And that was a full
Full
point.
point, Ippon, the fight, the match, and the championship.
Leeds retain it. Let's have a look at that again.
Yes, very good attack.
And we'll see you after. And welcome back to the Karate Union of Great Britain's National Championships. What we'll do now is look at some of the other events that take place here today. Events for both males and females of all ages. First, we'll look at the children's kata event. We're watching the winning kata here. Tell us a little more about kata.
Well, kata is a set routine of karate movements against imaginary opponents, using blocks, strikes, kicks, and various stances. The judges are looking for good technique, control with the movement, speed, power, and the correct martial attitude. As you can see, there's lots of slow, well-controlled movements. then fast sequences, showing good balance, correct form, and good concentration.
Now, the children's kumite, or fighting event. These are youngsters indeed, under 12s, both of them. What you'll notice is they show the same attitude and determination as the older competitors.
That's correct, despite a difference in size. Both fighters showing very courageous attitude. It's half a point for a punch to the body.
And moving on to later on in the fight. He's got it all to do.
Yes, a good punch to the face, I think. Half a point.
So again, the next one to score is the champion.
Yes, I think another face punch. The second half point in the championship.
He's pleased with that.
Certainly is.
Now we're going to go to the under 5 foot kumite.
Both very determined. A strong attack. Face punch.
Shown quite clearly there in slow-mo.
That one, though, falling a bit short.
Equalised.
Yes, a punch to the body. Half a point. All equal at this stage.
Moving on again to the action.
Yes, counter punch. The second half point. And the match.
And now another children's event, the children's Team Kata event. What do the judges look for here?
Well, as with the individual kata, they're looking for technical excellence combined with the correct speed, power and control, and also good attitude. But with the team event, they're also looking for good synchronization. So maximum speed, maximum power, but of course keeping exactly in time.
And that's the winning team from Chelmsford. Can the audience enjoying that? Next we're going to look at the senior team kata. Some familiar faces here. The winning team was Leeds. Sean Roberts leading them out. On the far side, Nick Heald. And this side, Matthew Price, both members of the team Kumite. Versus Frank?
Yes, certainly, Paul. All very competent in both kata and kumite.
Is that important?
Well, I personally think it is. I think, to be a complete karateka, you have to be well trained and develop a very good standard in both disciplines.
It's a nice shot there.
Yeah, showing good concentration, good zanshin. Yes, very good performance.
A good day for Leeds. Now we get back to the action with the ladies' Kumite final. On the far side we have Julie Nicholson from Sunderland, and she's facing Brenda Heald from Leeds. Brenda Heald is the wife of Nick Heald, who you've just seen in the Kata event.
Yes, both very determined fighters. I do know a personal ambition of Julie's is to be the first lady to become grand champion in the KUGB. That's winning both Kata and Kumite events.
At the same championships.
That's right.
Both been a bit cagey at this stage.
There's a good attack from Brenda there.
There's nothing cagey about that. Half a point. Yeah, very strong attack.
Yes.
Just ahead of Julie's punch, I think. Coach speaking to her there. Coach is her husband.
Referee signalling that the technique was weak, so no score.
No. If you're going to do it deep.
Now technique's falling a bit short. Yes, good punch.
The second punch was very strong. Half a point. It's amazing they stand up to these punches sometimes. Moving on again. It's all on this.
Yes, counter punch.
Let's see what the decision is.
Half a point and the championship. Well done.
Well done, Brenda. That's a nice shot. Now let's see Julie in the Kata event.
Yes, Julie's a very strong competitor in both Kata and Kumite. She's actually won this event 9 times.
What's the name of this kata, Frank?
This kata is called Unsu. A lot of good contrasting movements in this kata. Slow, well-controlled technique into a fast sequence. Demonstrating good leg speed, good body power. And also good kime, good focus. Good concentration here. Very nice kata.
10 times champion now. And we'll move on to the men's event. Sean Roberts, who we've watched in the demo.
Is now performing the kata Niju Shiho.
Sean, who led the Leeds team kata. Again, he's hoping to retain this championship.
There's good concentration.
Which indeed he did, with that very performance. And now sit back and enjoy a demonstration by Gary Harford.
Yes, Gary's a former British champion. Been a member of both the English and British teams. A very experienced karateka. Renowned for his speed and his power.
Very spectacular. Going to go straight now to the elimination rounds for the blue ribboned event, the senior individual kumite.
Yes, this is one of the eliminating rounds. Simon Hastings on the left, Kevin O'Neill on the right.
We'll be looking at some of the highlights from this elimination.
And a good counterpunch there from Kevin.
See that again?
Good timing. Yes.
Okay, so this is the format we're going to use. We're going to show you a technique and then we're going to show you the slow-mo. You sit back and enjoy this.
Strong kick to the body.
Right in under the guard. Stephen Sewell on the far side and Matthew Price, the Leeds lad, with his back to
Oh, and
the
a good
camera.
kick to the head there from Stephen. A sharp technique, well controlled.
Stephen was actually a semi-finalist last year. We're looking at Kevin, who we've already seen in the team event. He was also a semi-finalist last year. Scoring with a strong face punch. The pace is really fast and furious in these eliminations.
Very strong attack from Barry there.
We start with about 300 people, all fighting to get through to the final. We've got Gary Disley here, Randy Williams facing us, Leeds captain. Very strong punch.
Yeah, face punch.
A bit too strong to score. Let's look at that again.
And a good attack from Randy. Body punch. Just before Gary's punch. Gives him the match.
Stephen now. This one's through to the semi-final stage, the winner of this. And it's Stephen that goes through. Let's look at that. Very strong punch. Very committed. Let's go straight now to the semi-finals. S. Sewell, Ella Plensky, Kay O'Neill and N. Heald. Very tense now. No one wants to give anything away at this stage.
No, very close to the title.
And we're guaranteed a new champion this year. None of these lads have ever attained that. Often a bit cagey at the start at this level, isn't it, Frank?
Yes, it can be. No one wants to give anything away. A good attack from Kevin there. Face punch, half a point.
Very determined. He wants to go one stage more than he did last year. Moving on again to the action.
There's a body punch from Kevin. The second half point and the match.
Now we'll see Stephen and Nick. Leeds versus Liverpool this is. Stephen Sewell trains at the Red Triangle Club in Liverpool. Also got to the semi-finals last year. In fact, the last 3 years. They're both squad members, so they've fought one another many times in
Good
training.
kick to the body there from Stephen. Sensionori, the referee, awarding half a point. Pressure's now on Nick to try and get that back.
And he tried a few times. We're moving on now to later on in the fight. Ran out of time. So Stephen and Kevin in the final. Now the final's a little different from all the other rounds, isn't it, Frank? Tell us about the scoring.
That's right, Paul. The fight is actually for 3 minutes and the best of 3 full points.
So let's sit back and enjoy this.
Both of these gentlemen have actually fought one another on several occasions.
And I think it's Stephen that's always come out on top. Let's see if he does it again. What'll be going through their minds now, Frank?
Well, I'm sure they both got great determination. That's the most important thing, to win this final fight of the day. I mean, they've gone through all the eliminating rounds, they've fought very well, and now they're into the final, so they'll both want to win.
Everything that's gone before just doesn't matter now, does it? It doesn't count now.
No, the most important thing is to be successful in this last final fight. Despite the pressure of the event, they mustn't let that get to them. They've got to have determination and they've got to perform well.
Well, I know you know a little more about Stephen because he's from your club, isn't he? You've trained him for many years now.
Yes, that's right. He's a very good student. He likes competition. It's the first time he's been in this position.
The score there? Let's see.
A kick to the body, I think, from Stephen.
Chudan kick.
Yes, Sensionori is bringing the corner judges in.
They all give their view.
That's right.
All see it slightly differently.
Yes, half a point to Stephen. Now the pressure's on Kevin. He must make no mistakes.
He's very versatile, Stephen, isn't he? Kicks
Yes,
and punches
that's
well.
correct, yes. He has a good head kick, just short. Very good technique. Yes, counter punch.
Another score.
No, Kevin's was a bit short. No, Stephen's warned for actually going out the area there.
Kevin obviously desperate to score now. He really needs to equalise.
Yes, at this stage of the proceedings, he does. Strong attack from Kevin.
Do we have a score? No. The other way round? 2 half points to Stephen.
The pressure is really on. He mustn't make an error.
Pushing all the time now, Kevin.
Oh, just missed.
There's nowhere to relax in this, is there? You have to keep pressuring all the time, both competitors. Another eager exchange there. Any score? Yes, it looks like Kevin's got half a point. So only half a point down now. He really needs this next one. Be all square if he gets it. The kick was in first.
Yes, a good body kick from Stephen there.
Stephen with 3 half points now. Kevin with only half a point. It gives him a little bit of a cushion now.
Oh, good sweep and counter.
Referee says Sentianoid is signalling full point Ippon. That'll give him the match. And congratulations to Stephen Sewell, champion for 1995. We'll see you all again next year.